You know what? It's not the best feeling being a Man United fan right now after that 3-0 defeat to Liverpool. It feels like the season's almost over before it's begun. It feels like it's going to be another season of bad football. Do we get 8th place? There's a lot of negative. But the one positive, the one shining star is Amad Diallo. Versus Liverpool, he had more touches in the opposition box than any Man United player. He came on in the 69th minute. He was coming on. He was making things happen. He was the bright spark, intricate play, one-touch football. He seems to be the bright spark. Kobbie Mainoo was the bright spark in a poor season last year. Garnacho was the bright spark in a poor season last year. But Amad Diallo could be the bright spark this year. And I do feel with Manchester United, the big signings, when they don't perform, it's time to go into the academy. And while Amad technically is an academy, he was brought 18 years of age. It's time to go into the youngsters. And Ten Hag robbed this guy of minutes last season. How he played 28 minutes of professional football when we got to about March time. You can't blame him for being mad at Erik ten Hag when he wasn't getting minutes, when Forson was coming on over him, and Forson's not better than Amad, and Forson left the club in the end when Anthony was consistently playing bad and there was injuries. Amad just wasn't playing. We played Newport County. Amad couldn't even get a minute. But Amad is now getting minutes. He's now getting minutes over Anthony. Ten Hag has woken up and realised this guy is good. This is a good player. So let's talk about Amad Diallo. So last season in the Premier League, these were the statistics. 1 goal, 1 assist for Anthony in 29 matches. 1 goal, 1 assist for Amad in 8 matches. 2 of those were starts. Amad also got a very good goal against Liverpool in the FA Cup final. So let's dive into Amad and talk about Amad Diallo here. So, the 24-25 season has Amad Diallo's name all over it, balled out during pre-season and in the Community Shield yesterday. After a successful pre-season, successful loans in the last couple of years, it seems he's going to get his chance. And this is exactly what we're going to talk about in today's video. Amad Diallo getting his chance. Very good pre-season, very good versus City in the Community Shield. Fulham was okay. Brighton had a good second half. And when he came on versus Liverpool, looked good. He looked very good at United back end of last season. I remember the Newcastle game, the Arsenal game. Amad Diallo looking very, very good. So let's talk about Amad Diallo. When Amad started off at Atlanta in 2015, he was in their under-14 squad, but he quickly rose through the ranks and by 2018 was playing for the under-17s Primavera and under-19 squad. It was at youth level at Atlanta that Amad first caught mine and many others' eyes as a stunning UEFA Youth League campaign caught the eyes of many scouts and fans alike, where Amad got 1 goal and 3 assists in 6 matches in 1920 Youth League campaign, including stunning performances versus Dinamo Zagreb and Manchester City. In October 2019, Amad made his first team debut for Atalanta in a 7-1 thrashing of Udinese. Amad had a 13-minute cameo where he scored his first career goal. Atalanta's captain Papu Gomez was amazed by Amad and said there are defenders in the first team that sometimes cannot stop him. And to stop him in training, we have to kick him. He plays like Messi. So this was written by Back of the Net, just to give you a bit of insight into why United signed Amad and why he was such an exciting young player. You look at Amad's time at Sunderland, at 98% off of progressive runs, 97% off of forward passes, 85% off of key passes, 90% off of non-penalty goals of a winger, and 85% off of progressive runs. He was very exciting at Sunderland, where he got 16 goal contributions in 2,585 minutes, or 37 games in the Championship, and 18 goal contributions across all competitions that season in about 3,000 minutes, which was very, very good. Considering his Rangers loan spell was disappointed. We look at his time as well for Ivory Coast. He's had some very good games for Ivory Coast. Yes, he is playing the Comores Islands. They don't really have many players there, but 7 key passes, 3 big chances created, 2 assists in the game. He showed his brilliance on international duty. So let's talk about Amad and break him down as a player. Now, one thing that makes Amad different to other players is his ability on the ball and how he could be used as an outlet and build-up. He can happily drop deep to receive the ball, and he's able to progress the ball, be it carrying up the pitch due to his strong dribbling ability, or be able to play some quick 1-2s. He can be a pass-first winner, intricate play, get the ball moving forward with the runners, the overlappers, get them involved. He can help him build up because he's so in control on the ball, can receive the ball at any angles, can play the 1-2s, can dribble, can get the ball out tight spaces. Amad's ball retention is something different to the United dynamics. Rashford and Garnacho are very direct wingers. Pulisic was quite a direct player, but lacked the output of the other two, hence why he's left. And Anthony, well, we're just not seeing the Anthony that we want to see at Manchester United. Whereas Amad isn't as direct as those players. He can be direct, but it's about retention. He doesn't give the ball away as much as other players. He's more safe on the ball because he's more of a pass-first winger, and he likes to utilise his teammates in his movement. Now, one thing you'll see at Amad, under Amad, is he's very calm on the ball. He'll like to get the ball. He'll like to dribble on the into the box. He's very calm on the ball in tight spaces, very able to mobilise round players, manipulate defenders with his quick feet. His ball manipulation skills are unbelievable, and he likes to utilise the overlaps and underlaps, often involving teammates like Bruno for the offside goal versus Brighton. But you'll see Mazraoui and Diallo utilise the overlaps and underlaps with Amad Diallo as things come on, because Amad Diallo's football IQ and ability to hold up the ball, wait for the runner, run into space, make a run to draw out space for someone else, draw out space for the fullback, create moments is absolutely brilliant. And if you look at his dribbling ability, Amad likes to start wide. He likes to drive inside. When he drives inside, he's got a wonder of a left foot, whether it's a shot, whether it's a cross, but he can create chances. He can get down the byline. He's always making things happen. You look in the Manchester City Community Shield, he created a good chance for Mount. Look at the offside goal, the chance he created there. You look at Liverpool, he was getting in the box, created a good chance where, Leach almost scored a bicycle kick, believe it or not, as well. So you can see Amad's skill there. You then look at his intelligence, but good with both feet, makes him more unpredictable. I think the thing with Anthony is you know what he's going to do, but Amad will go either way. He can go inside or out. He's good with both feet. He's unpredictable. He can cut in. He can get down the byline. He makes it very difficult for defenders to predict what he's going to do and handle. He doesn't have the burst of pace that Garnacho and Rashford have, but his skills, ball manipulation, and technique make it very difficult. In terms of adaptability and rotations, Erik ten Hag speaks a lot about positional rotations. He wants to see that. And we saw with Mount and Bruno in the opening games, them interchanging, and that Manchester United, despite having a poor start to the season in the Fulham game, in the Brighton game, in the Manchester City game, you could see this combination play with Mount, Bruno, Xerxes at times, Amad, the quick 1-2s, the movement. You could see a combination play that United were looking better in tight spaces and technically better on the ball. And Man United's technical ceiling is increasing. Amad as a player has often been compared to Bernardo Silva because he's effective as a right winger, but he could also play as an interior midfielder. A lot of people forget this, but at Sunderland, he was almost a right-sided number 8 or a right-sided number 10. He was a right attacking midfielder at Sunderland, sometimes going into the 10 zones, but Sunderland wanted to utilise him in the right half space because he's not a touchline winger. He doesn't have the blistering pace. He's best in that right half space. Similarities to Cole Palmer, similarities to Bernardo Silva in terms of the kind of player he is and the positions he likes to take up. And I think about the thing I like about Amad is he's a creative dribbler. He manipulates defenders. He can create space. He can penetrate defensive lines. His passing ability is unbelievable to get across in. His 1-2s, his dribbling ability is good. But not only is he good at technically at passing and dribbling, but he's a versatile finisher. I remember his first goal was that header where he did like a turnaround versus AC Milan. He can score with his strong foot. He can score with his weak foot. He can score outside the box, inside the box, take a quick touch. He's definitely best, cutting in on his left foot. But if you look at him, his long-term role will probably be on the right wing. He's like Bukayo Saka. I do think he could physically improve. But you can see Amad on the right wing. You can see what he adds to United. You can see he's a good player. He's got elements of Saka, elements of Cole Palmer, elements of Bernardo Silva. And it's exciting to see how this season plays out for him. Thank you for watching. Bye.